I'm driving right now, don't mind me. But I got a good topic today. Fatherhood. Fatherhood. That's a big one. I entered fatherhood back in December 16th, 2014. No joke, no lie. That's when my daughter was born. Before she was born, I went through a lot of hell. I was, prior, me and her mother was together. We started to have issues. We started bumping heads. And eventually we broke up. In between us breaking up, not knowing, I left a bomb in her for 9 months. And we had broke up. And a month later, she called me like, something is going on. I ain't pick up the phone. I didn't want to talk to her. Like, we need space away from each other. So, I don't want to talk. And a month after that, now this is the second month now. A month after that, she texted me, she calling me, we really need to talk. It's real important. And I'm like, what do we got to talk about? I'd rather talk in person. No, I don't want to see you right now. I don't hate you. I don't have no bad blood about you. But we don't need to discuss anything in person. You can tell me over the phone. After a week or two, I think it was like a couple weeks later, she finally just said, fine, if you don't want to talk to me in person, then okay, I'll just tell you over the phone. She's like, I'm pregnant. I'm like, in my mind, yeah, I was a little careless. I'm not gonna lie to you. I said these exact words. Okay, congratulations. Why are you telling me you pregnant? We not together, so you don't need to tell me that you about to have a baby. That don't have nothing to do with me. And she like, well, since you waited this long, now I gotta tell you, I'm going on 3 months pregnant. I'll say you 3 months pregnant. All right, yeah, let's talk. Let's talk. Because I already knew. I'm like, yeah, that last time we was going crazy. You know, because we thought us doing that was going to save our relationship, and it didn't. So, and I'm like, I let my brother know first. Then I let my parents know. My parents, they were like, well, number one, we wish you would have did it the right way. We wish y'all would have worked out. We wish y'all would have, got engaged, got married, didn't have the child. My parents are old school. Do things the right way, how you're supposed to do things. But it didn't go that way. So they was 10% disappointed, 90% proud. My mother started crying. She wasn't like bawling proud, but she like, these are tears of joy because this is our first grandbaby. And I was going through it with her. I'm looking like, you got to eat right, and you got to make sure you walking, and whatever. I was going crazy because I wanted my daughter to be perfect. I didn't want anything to be wrong with her. I didn't want, no ailments or anything whatsoever to be wrong with my daughter. I wanted her to be completely perfect. And fast forward to when she was born. When she was born, I had clocked in to work. I worked first shift at the time, so I was clocking in at 6 in the morning. 6 in the morning. The minute I clocked in, my phone vibrated a little bit. Then about 2 minutes later, it vibrated long. So that's what I knew. Okay, somebody calling me. I'm like, I'm thinking something wrong. I'm like, why are you calling me at 6 in the morning? She like, I think my water just broke. And of course, me being the idiot that I was, I'm like right now? Like, I, not to say it in a funny way, but I just clocked in. I'm like, I just clocked in. She's like, I can't hold. I said, I know, I was just messing with you. I said, but yeah, I literally just clocked in. So I'm like, okay, what do I do? You want me to just, she said, no, don't leave, don't clock out, not yet. It's too soon. I can have my water break at 6 in the morning, and she probably won't be bored till, the afternoon or probably this evening or maybe tomorrow. We never know. So I'm like, all right, okay. So I said, just let me know if anything changes, because I don't want to miss that. She's like, I know, I got your speed dial. So now my whole day is screwed up. I didn't want to eat nothing. All I did was drink all day. The reason why I drank all day, so I could easily go run to the bathroom, pee, come back, going to work. So if she do call me, I can instantly zip up, wash my hands, run in the car, speed on the highway, get to the hospital, see my daughter be born. Which is literally what I did. But I worked the whole entire 8-hour shift, 6 to 2:30. The minute it hit 2:25, I took my uniform shirt off, ran to the door, clocked out, ran to my car, sped on the highway. This is literally a 21-minute drive from my job. Sped on the highway. I got there in just about 16, 17 minutes. And I was sweating bullets. I was starving because I didn't eat all day. All I did was drink water and tea and lemonade. Everybody kept giving me juice all day. Like, are you really nervous? I said, yeah, I'm nervous. My first kid. So I finally get to the hospital. They tell me to go to the floor. I hop on this elevator, hop on that elevator, get off, walk down this hallway, get to this one, walk down that hallway. Bam, I'm at the door. By then, I'm looking like a straight crackhead because I done lost my mind. I'm starving. I ain't got a haircut. I'm looking like what right about now? And she's sitting there with this look on her face. I'm like, was she born? She's like, no, she's still in here. So, of course, we start arguing. We was like laughing, arguing. I was like, I just did 90 miles an hour all the way here. I got here in 15, 16 minutes. It's a 21-minute drive. She's like, I told you it was going to take some time. I'm like, yeah, you did. So I sat there. Fast forward. Like I said, it was about 2:30 when I shot off for work. I got there a little bit after, right around 3. Amira, Olivia Shannon, literally wasn't born until 10:30 that night. Now remember, I still ain't ate all day. I ain't ate nothing. It was 6 o'clock in the morning, all the way till I got to the hospital. Now it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Still ain't touched a piece of food. Nothing. Till she was finally born. Once she was born, and I held her, she grabbed my finger. I'm like, in my mind, I was living a crazy life before then. I was doing weird and crazy stuff at school. Stuff y'all would look at me different if I told y'all. I was stealing from people. I was fighting people. You name it, I was doing it. Breaking into lockers, walk around with a football glove on, ready to punch anybody just because I felt like it. I was just doing stuff. I was going through a crazy phase of my life. Fighting like crazy. Every time you look up, I was always fighting. Fighting this person, fighting that person. Defending one of my homeboys that used to sell, watching his back while he do what he do. He paid me for all that junk, so I was like his bodyguard. You name it, I was doing it. But the minute my daughter was born, all that went to a cease. And I'm like, I can't live my life like that no more. Because now, it ain't just me. It ain't just me walking around no more. I got more to my life now. I can't put myself in, reckless situations no more, because if I die, my daughter, my dad, he'll take care of her. Yeah, my brother go step in, he'll take care of her, but she won't have her father. Fathers are so important. very important. Fathers are just as important as mothers. We need mothers because without mothers, children can't be born. We need fathers. Don't neglect the fathers out here unless you put yourself in a neglected situation. But my daughter was born, this hard shell of a man that I am. Once I put her down, I was like, all right, it's late. I'm pretty sure they're going to give you some more to eat. And, I said, I'm going to go home, but I'm going to come back. I'm going to be back by morning. She's like, all right. I said, because I need to eat something. I get in my car. I get on the highway, and I'm driving, and I'm playing Tank CD at the time, and a song called Stronger comes on. And it's just playing, and in my head, I'm just shaking my head like, I finally got something to live for. It ain't just me no more. I got somebody that's literally looking up to me that wants me to lead them to where they need to be. This beautiful little girl. And the song, I just kept turning the song up as loud as I could get it in that car that I had. Tears start coming down, and I just started screaming. I'm like, thank you, God. All the stuff I did in my life. I could have been dead. I'd have got pointed a gun at twice. I could have been dead a long time ago. There was some gang stuff going on at the time. So, gun was pointed at me. And I somehow walked away from it. That'll be for another YouTube video. But, yeah, twice that happened to me in my lifetime. I could have been dead a long time ago. But I cried my eyes out on that highway. I think I probably hit another 80, 90 miles an hour back home. I'm like, man, this little life that I held in my hands. 20 inches long, 8 pounds was my daughter. Still remember. Now she's tripled that size now. And yeah, I went through a lot with her mother. We used to bump heads when she was a little, real little. She was keeping her more, then we swapped out, then I was keeping her more. We just kept bumping heads about it. And we just eventually came to an agreement about it. And it was okay. You always got to go through that phase. We went through that phase when she was younger. So now, we don't go through that at all. Now, our argument is, you finished her hair yet? No, I'm not done because she was fidgeting and I messed it up, so I had to start this whole part over. Would you hurry up? Because I got to get her this weekend, so make it quick. Do what you got to do. Hurry up. I want to see my daughter. I know, I'm going to finish it up. Like, that's what we argue about now. But other than that, we barely argue. Because we got it all out. And, we got it all out early when she was little. So now, we don't argue around her. We don't fight around her. We don't do none of that around her because she's a sponge. And I'm like, in the beginning, yeah, I was making mistakes. I was talking to this girl, and I put this girl around my daughter when she was, a little bit older than 8 to 9 months, maybe 10, 11 months going into a year. And that relationship, that didn't work. But I put her around my daughter. Then I put somebody else around my daughter, and I was like, that was just trial and error for me. I was like, you know what? I can't do this. I can't keep doing this. Because, number one, she know who her mother is. And number two, I need to do better than that. So the steps of fatherhood, I'm still taking them. And now we done fast forward all the way from 2014 to 2020. I'm about to have a whole 6-year-old pretty soon. Now she walking, now she talking. She got long braids because her hair is completely long. Just like mine and her mother's, long and thick. Luckily I keep mine cut short. But I gotta try to keep it cut every 2 weeks. If not, I look like a woolly mammoth. But anyway, She takes on a lot of things for both of us. You know, she looks like her mother, but she has my complexion. She has my attitude. She carries herself like me, but if she ever gets hurt or anything like that, she acts like her mother. Because me, when I get hurt, I don't cry about it. I just be like, all right, grab me a Band-Aid, I'll be cool. You know. And it's just a great experience. Some people, they can't handle having kids, so they don't have them. But from my point of view to anybody else's, best experience to ever have is to have children. I've been a stepdad since I was in my early 20s. I would date a woman that had kids, and I took the responsibility as a stepdad. I'm like, yeah, I know that's not my son. I know that's not my daughter. But when they're with me, I'm going to treat them accordingly because I don't want to be the awkward one in the room acting like they aren't my peoples. You know what I'm saying? So, I would never, ever do that to anybody's kids because that's just not me. And I never have done that either. Never have. Because that's just not me. I was raised to always be that person because I was trained way back when my mother was doing daycare. When she was doing daycare, I was already a preteen changing diapers, making bottles. So for me to have my own kid, it was just like second nature. But just for y'all to know, coming from me, fatherhood, it is tough. You got to be strong, you got to be firm, and you got to be fair. That's what you have to be. You got some fathers out there that just firm, nothing else. No, I'm firm and I am hard on my daughter. True that, because I am. But at the same time, I'm loving. She tell me she love me, I tell her I love her right back. I love you more. Because you're literally a small version of me. You know, when she was born, I was like, man, you know, she'll look too much like me. But I look at her now, I was like, oh, there it is. She literally looked like her mother when she was born. But now, doop, my complexion kicked in. My attitude kicked in. A lot kicked in for me. And it's like, yeah, that's my DNA, all right. It drives her mother nuts sometimes, but it's okay. But fatherhood it's been a tough road since I became a father. But I've been training for it since. Way back when I was a preteen, teenager, all the way up until now. Now I'm 31 years old. It ain't nothing for me to change a diaper in a few seconds. Fill up a bottle. Burp them. Go through every stage. Learn your ABCs, your 1, 2, 3s. My daughter know all of that. She's a bit of a smart A. Like me, she get it honest. So, nothing I can really say or do about that, actually. But, yeah, fatherhood has always been great. It's a challenge. It's tough. It'll beat you down. It'll knock you down. But there's a reason why we all have 2 legs. Stand up. Hey, if you're in a wheelchair, that's fine. You can't get knocked down. You're already in a chair. You get knocked over. All right, cool. Let me pick myself up. Let me get my chair together and sit back in my chair and keep doing what I'm doing. There's never a way that you can't get back up. Never. So, I take fatherhood and I run with it. I don't claim to be one of the best fathers in the world. I don't claim to be world's best dad. But I do claim to be a good father. My daughter needs something, I know when to give her stuff and when not to give it to her. You don't need that right now. Okay. Then she'll look up. I get her something else. Thank you, Daddy. No problem. There's certain stuff you need, certain stuff you don't. My parents, they spoil her to death. Me, I spoil her with other things. I spoil her with me. Teaching her things, raising her right, nurturing her right. That's what I spoil her with that. Everything else, material things, that's for my parents. Because it's two of them, one of me. So I don't have $385 to buy a new Xbox. I don't have that type of money. I could get it, but I don't have that type of money. I got about $100 something, which would get her a handful of outfits, a pair of shoes, and some more stuff for her hair. I'll play that role. And I've been playing that role. And yeah, I still buy all the stuff I usually buy. The clothes, the hats, the shoes, socks, underwear, you name it, I buy it. My parents, they just buy it more because it's my mother and my father. Her mother does the exact same thing. Whatever she can, she can. Whatever she can't, we got it. So my daughter will always have everything she needs. Everybody needs to get out of that mindset of, well, yeah, I got her pregnant, but I didn't want the kid. You made that decision the minute you took that rubber off. Don't play stupid with nobody. Because the minute she told me she was pregnant, I was like, exactly what I said. Okay, let's talk. Because I'm not about to be no drop dead bad, no deadbeat dad. And I never have. And she's never called me that. Every chance she get, my birthday come up, Father's Day come up, she make a huge paragraph of me on Facebook or Instagram. Carmen has always been a good father to our daughter, and he even treats my son good. He's not even his son. True. He ain't my son, but I treat him accordingly, and he get whoopers from me too. Because I'm like, hey, you with your sister, both of y'all are like my kids. If both of y'all acting up, both of y'all get a whooping. You don't like it? Call your mother, go back home. And that's how I've always been, and I'm always going to be that way. So, from my point of view, for y'all, fatherhood is good. If you accept the fact that you are a father, keep that title and don't let nobody take that from you. Nobody. Got me? Because it is a good title and it feels good to say it. You got kids? Yeah, I'm a father. Oh, okay. People eyebrows raising. Oh, you're a father. Oh, okay. All right, OG. Which that's what they call me anyway. But let me get off here because I'm going to be rambling here for a whole hour. So, fatherhood, not a bad deal. Tough role to play, strong role to play. But you can do it. I don't wait for Father's Day and my birthday to get celebrated as a father. I get celebrated as a father the minute she called my phone and I pick it up. Hey, Daddy. What's up, Munch? Nothing. That's the joys of being a father. And it's great.